On what side of history are ogres?
Who played Quattro last time?
I think it was Rob. You have 1 hit point.
I'm down to 1 hit point. That was the important question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah, you're almost dead.
Anything interesting? So I went from 10 down to 1. I'll just erase that 0. No, I'll put a decimal point in there. 1.0 hit points. And did anything happen with my hirelings?
I did 1 die.
We've lost 1 hireling. I don't know if it was
one died when I was playing them.
Oh, then we have lost no hirelings. No.
Then we've lost none beyond that. Okay, cool.
As far as I know, we've lost nobody, which is amazing.
Yeah. You did technically die, and we rolled you over, and you came back. So I think because of that, you get -1 to one of your abilities. I will double check right now. But I also died last time. Tico died last time. And luckily, when we flipped both of us over, we survived.
A lot happened.
So I got to take -1 to one of my abilities. Well, I can change the 12 to an 11 and still have the same modifier, right?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to change my stamina from a 12 to 11.
Perfect.
Does someone want to give me a real quick Cliff Notes? I didn't listen to the...
Okay, so we started, in essence, with orcs everywhere going after the bugbears. The gong just got stopped. We do know that there's a commotion upstairs. And we started with the fire giant. They were throwing, some rocks. They broke some stuff up. And then the fire giant started swinging and knocked us down, knocked me down, and he knocked you down. But at that point, we had soaked the fire giant for a lot of damage. And then we ended up taking it down. Yeah, at one point, the thing was blinded and prone. And I think the ham and egg and Ruben, the sandwich twins, ended up taking him down. The other fire giant ran away, surprisingly. We came up to this area and we found that there was more orcs. So we freed them. And then there was 80 some more orcs that came down to help.
Mork?
Yes.
Nanu?
Nanu.
That's our battle call from now on, guys.
Oh, great.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Why not?
So let's see. Rob's crew of hirelings was able to go up, stop the gong, and come back around. And between all of the orcs rushing in and us coming in to help, and then they pretty much pincer moved with. Actually, it was an amazing surprise round on the rear defenses of the bugbears. Rob's crew was hirelings were able to take down 2 bugbears and managed not to die on the second round with 5 attacks against them. And so, then they basically cleaned up everybody in here. We kind of raided that whole area. That other fire giant ran away, and we ended up making our way down a hallway and into another large area where we found the other encampment of orc refugees and participants in the orc uprising. So not only there was some guards and a chief, and we had contemplated.
And they were heavily armed. They were well armed.
Yeah, that one was, in addition to all the other arms that they picked up from the bugbears. We did some looting, so we got we got some loot.
There were bodies everywhere. There was carnage here. You're at the head of an army of about 200 orcs here.
Just under, yeah. So our current thought for battle plan was Tico had gained disapproval with his gods, so he needs to do some religious-y mumbo-jumbo for an hour. But doing that would then allow... so basically, both Tico and Quattro have -4 to all our rolls until we rest for an hour, and then that goes away. So we were kind of thinking we could just kind of rest up here, see what happens, and then kind of heal ourselves up and go back into the fray.
I was also going to do you the favor, as you did so well, and as you liberated all of these orcs, that they would allow you to use their orc shaman.
Ooh, sweet.
only a level 1 shaman. She's not very experienced, but she can lay on hands. So, and she is an orc, so she's chaotic. All of those blue circles that you can see throughout the map are groups of orcs. They will be armed groups of orcs, and they are basically setting up choke points here to set up kind of a defensive perimeter, because any minute now they're expecting a whole bunch of art coming down these stairs and coming from who knows.
Is that the
where
only set
down
of
here.
stairs we know about?
That's
The
right.
only one you know about?
That we know about. Okay.
Yep.
We should. The very first thing we should do is send out scouting parties if we're going to rest, but verify that. Figure out if there are any other stairs.
Well, the orcs will know
Yeah.
that.
Would they?
Hamadeg
They've been locked up. Well, let's ask.
Well, this is Hamadeg wants to know if there are exits that aren't stairs. Like there's this whole cave system down here, which the giants have inexplicably left alone. Like they're living literally. They keep a dungeon, and then hardly any farther than the dungeon is a warren of dozens, if not hundreds, of orcs. I can't comprehend how that works. There must be an exit from here. I don't understand how any ecosystem could possibly function, or economy. How could these dozens of orcs possibly survive?
Well, they were enthralled, right?
No, they're not enthralled. They're just enslaved.
These orcs are just well, yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're enslaved. They're not just doing their own thing.
Yeah, there's more than just giants down here. They mentioned the lizard creatures to the north of them that they had a uneasy truce with. So there's an issue with them that you know of at least, but who knows what else lies in the darkness beyond here. I mean, you haven't explored a huge section of this. I agree that it's weird that there's 100 orcs down there. That why didn't the guards take care of them? You know what? Take it up with Gary Gygax.
I was gonna say this is the strangest. Yeah, this is pure Gygax.
Brave Robin.
Yeah. Now, can I ask? So we actually made it into the Warrens. Can I ask what the hell this is? Is that like a tunnel that goes somewhere?
They have been subsisting on food from raids, supplemented by fungus they find in a subterranean cave entered through the sinkhole in the southwest of the cavern.
I see.
They have an uneasy truce with the troglodytes to the north and trade food to these creatures in exchange for water. There you go.
The giants are living on top of a dungeon they built, potentially, which has a dungeon attached to it, which they're completely unaware of.
Well, hill giants are unlikely to have built. Remember that that this dungeon seemed very, very well crafted. Better than dwarf construction.
That's impossible.
Yes, but very, very old.
Well, we haven't even seen all of the Warren down here, whatever we want to call it, in the southeast. Let's just make sure all the nooks and crannies are explored there.
Okay.
Can you just, I don't know how much there is there, but yeah, let's just look around.
It's just various, orcs, and they've got, sleeping areas set up. They've got food areas set up. It's just basically a loosely organized encampment of orcs.
I just literally see, areas of the map have not been revealed. It looks like there could be more Warren, and I want to know how far it goes. Oh, so I was wondering about. It really does go a hell of a lot farther, apparently. That's exactly what wasn't obvious. Okay. How much farther than that? Let's get to this far.
Well, might want to take a looky-loo.
Just so I can see. I mean,
Garrett, stop being a coward.
We've got dark vision, so we should be able to see. What is it? Is it 60 feet?
I guess that's the other question: is what's the light level?
Oh, cool. Interesting.
Okay, so at least we have a way around that way.
There are actually two ways in and out. Sure, let's go to that end of the hallway that's right there and see what else is going on.
Okay, at this end of the hallway, you can see that the cavern extends further to the north here. The hallway is guarded by a group of 6 armed orcs. They're armed with weapons recovered from bugbear guards. Further down the hallway, there are 6 more orcs still working on constructing this barricade of rocks and stones, and that is getting higher in order to cut off access giants below. Then there are some orcs further down here that you can see, and these are creating a choke point and keeping an eye on anything coming from the north and seeing if this fire giant is going to reemerge from down here or this hill giant is going to emerge from here. Neither of those have done that at this point. This hill giant still can't get near one of Garrett's characters, Tico.
Yeah. I remember that was a chicken shit hill giant.
Without getting severely injured. And that is what you're seeing here. There's a lot of chaos going on. Nowhere near as much chaos as the last time, but there's very much an air of apprehension and dread going on here. Okay. Because still, as I mentioned last week, there's very much the rumbling and thundering of footsteps above, and you're under no illusion that the hill giants are coming for you all quite soon to exact their revenge upon these rebellious orcs. They still don't know about you because you have amazingly managed to stay out of sight all of this time.
So we made it to here.
Yeah.
Which should give us vision farther north yet.
Oh, you want to keep going that way?
Well, we should be able to see it at least.
Is this area lit, Column, or is that dark?
The area you are in there is lit. It's sporadically lit, very dimly lit. This is still very much a kind of a orc stronghold here. So they're laid out all around these areas here.
Oh, okay.
So from this to everywhere below it.
South. Okay. Well, so you want to try and explore north more, Damon? Is that the idea?
Just where we're currently standing, we should be able to see more.
I should mention that some of you are grievously wounded here, and you haven't done anything about that yet.
Well, that's why Ham and Egg and Ruben were thinking of looking around, because they are actually not. It turns out they're not wounded. Yeah. So they could just have a look-see.
Quattro, do you want the shaman to look at you quick?
Yes, please, and thank you.
Okay. Gotta go lay on hands.
Yay!
And that's gonna be a 17.
There you go.
And you are you chaotic?
Yes, sirree.
3 dice.
3d6. Not 330-sided.
Yeah, 3d6.
And I roll that? Not you?
No, you go ahead, roll it.
Okay. 6. 5.
There you go.
6.
All right, so you are back up.
Yeah, I topped off after the first 2 rolls.
What about your guy?
I need some, but would be opposed alignment.
Better than nothing.
Hold on, Jariki's gonna need it, and Jariki's lawful as well. Why don't you hit up Jariki first?
Okay. And that is a 15.
Okay, so that would just be 1.
That is 1 die, which is better than nothing.
Yeah. That was a 1.
Oof, bummer.
Jariki I think he has 4 hit points from what my tracking was. Tico's got a -5 to any of his rolls. So that's shit. So yeah, Tico's kind of got to start doing his prayer thing here real soon.
You don't want to take any healing from this orc?
Why don't you? Yeah, throw some at both of them. They'll both take 1. They're both lawful, but
the first is a 7. That's a failure.
That's disapproval.
I certainly didn't approve of it.
The second is a 13. That's 1 die.
Okay. So we'll call that to Tico, and that's an 8. Okay, 7. Okay, so that's 8 hit points. At least that's better than nothing. And do I want to try? It's my luck. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, Tico's going to take a roll and see if he can heal himself. No, that is not. So it's just more disapproval.
Taking a lot of disapproval.
Yeah, I am.
I like it.
But I rolled again, and that's 17 on myself. So that's going to be 3 dice. So it's better. 3, 6, and 8. I'm back.
All right. You four are at the end of this corridor here. You are escorted by a couple of orcs. So
Okay, that's fine.
pretty
What
much everywhere
do,
you go down here.
What do the sandwiches just see to the north from standing there? Huh.
You can kind of see pretty much that.
Does it like smell different, look different? Is it lit different from where the orc warren has been in the south?
It seems moister.
Okay, so these must be the troglodytes.
Yeah, there's more moisture kind of dripping down in these. The rocks are slightly slicker.
Hey, orc escorts, are these where the troglodytes live?
Yes.
Okay. And I indicate this passageway here that points to the northeast. Does that also lead to troglodytes?
Yes, it does.
I see. Is there anything else beyond troglodytes this way, do you know of?
Oh, we've heard talk of great lizards
Great lizards. Okay.
and great many-legged creatures.
So, Sleestacks here and Sleestack pets farther north. Cool. All right. The sandwiches head back here, and on the way, as we're walking back, joining the rest of the player characters, Hamadig asks, "Hey, so you go get food? You go fetch mushrooms and whatnot, fungus
Mhm.
to eat down here. What else is down there?"
Nothing. It's just a big cavern. It's quite warm and damp, and it's full of fungus, but
And
there's
no
no
exits?
exit from it. No.
I see. Okay.
Great.
Sark told us that, hell is other people, but apparently hell is right here with the orcs, and there no exit from mushrooms.
All right.
Okay. Well, exploring done. What are our next moves, friends?
Do we want to try the shaman again? Will the shaman try and heal the rest of Jariki and Harvey? They can use it. Or is the shaman used up?
No. Oh, that's a 19. That's a 19 on Jariki.
Okay.
So that is going to be, no, it's still just 1 die.
Okay, well that's 2, so he's at 6. What?
Better than nothing.
Yeah, why don't you try hitting Harvey?
Oh, that's a failure.
Okay. I mean, if they're willing to try again, that'd be cool. Otherwise, I guess that's the way that one's gonna be.
1 more on Harvey. And that is a 10. That's also a failure.
Okay, never mind. I won't ask any more for that one. Well,
I'm kind of curious about the rest of the finished portion of the basement. I'm thinking if we can find some more stairs up, it might behoove us to not get into pitched battles if we can help it, but to stick and move. And if we can find multiple stairs that we can go up and down and just pop out in different spots,
sure.
I mean, if
that
the orcs
might
don't
be
know about
to
the
our
other stairs,
advantage.
it
Yeah.
seems. I mean, it seems impossible that they wouldn't know of any stairs.
I would
Yeah,
like to
apparently
ask
north.
them then.
Yeah, I thought we had already asked. Did we not already ask that?
Jariki's gonna.
The only stairs they were aware of were those ones that are being clicked on.
Yeah.
So they suspect there may be another entrance, but they have yet to find it.
All right. Well, do we want to just say screw this and beat feet back up to here and see
Yes.
like maybe what that is and start working around?
I mean, if we don't, this will be a very short gaming session. So let's do
Fair
it.
enough. Okay.
Okay, so you're making your way back into the finished portion of the dungeon and marching northward.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, you were followed. You're actually led by a group of about 30 orcs,
Oh.
which lead you to here, and then start marshalling here and getting ready to ascend the stairs. And they start filing up those 2x2. And
Wait, do they expect us to go with them?
no, they do not. But they are determined to take it to the giants. So this is their first wave assault against the giants, and they are heading upstairs. And you can hear the clashing of swords and just cacophonous noise. So you are all here in this area. There are 2 dead guards here. There is what appears to be a cell block here, and the door is open.
It's worked well enough
Ruben wants to make sure that the cell blocks are empty.
Okay.
Nobody's still imprisoned. In other words.
Entering the cell block, it consists of 5 locked cell doors. They are all heavy wooden doors. They do have a slot that you can open to peer inside.
We don't have the keys to this from any of the bugbears or anything like that.
Oh yeah, you got them from the
Okay.
the dead bugbear here. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before opening each door, Ruben will at least open the slot and have a peek.
This one contains a human prisoner. He's dressed in what appears to have once been finery, now quite tattered and filthy. He's very emaciated. He looks like he may have been perhaps a merchant, but he is just sitting in the corner, just babbling incoherently to himself. And he has just been just writing. If you look at the walls of his cell, they're just covered in incomprehensible just nonsense. And this guy seems like he's clearly insane.
Okay. We'll pass him up for the moment. Next.
Does anybody have a ration we can toss in there at least before we move on?
Yes. Done.
Yeah, let's at least throw him some food and water.
Yeah, he just ignores it. He's just lost in whatever is going on in his mind. The second cell also contains a human prisoner, seemingly in better shape. He comes to the door, says that he's an engineer, that the guards have been keeping him alive to help with excavation of new areas of the dungeon because they're expanding for some reason into the caverns.
Okay.
If you know how to excavate, you know how to collapse.
Yeah, we'll let this guy out.
Cave in.
He can't aid you in fighting or anything, but
It's okay.
he will take service.
Nice.
And he can direct orcs as to where to knock out pillars
Yes, he could possibly do that, indeed.
if we wanted to really shock and awe him. That'd be fun.
We could collapse the stairs going upstairs. Well, that's an option. Anyway, do we want it? Let's keep
Or
moving on.
just, figure out where they're concentrated and bring them all crashing down.
Oh, all right. Door 3.
Yeah, we don't know the distance between the ceiling here and the floor above, though. Yeah, but door 3.
Door 3. In this cell, you see an elf chained to the wall.
What brings you here?
I was captured by giants.
I see. Well, that's good enough.
If you free me, I will serve you. I
Ruben likes the sound of that.
fight well.
Release the elf.
Okay, then I gotta give you guys a character sheet.
Oh no.
Yay!
God damn it.
All right.
Well,
You guys are already each running 2. I have to run this one, don't I?
I'm running 3. I'm running Ricky right now.
You're running 3. Damon's running 2. I'll have to run this one.
you're getting a
That's
3rd level elf,
Oh wow.
Holy
That's powerful.
shit.
and there's his grimoire.
Oh god. I gotta run a caster.
Enlarge, magic sealed, strength, color spray, comprehend languages. Okay.
I could have sworn I gave him a name. You can give him a name. You got to run him, Cam, so you get to name him. Oh! He'll only serve alongside a lawful character.
I don't have to run him.
Damn it! All right, I got him. All right, Jariki's gonna help out. Jariki's gonna help him out. Like, fellow elf, come with me. We will do our best to take down these usurping giants.
That's a fair attempt at Rob.
Do we want to go to door 4?
Yeah, door 4.
In here, there's just a pile of what appears to be 3 skeletons. Each of them is wearing a ring with a gem housed in it. That's about it.
I don't really care about treasure right now. Final door.
Final door. Here we go. What's it going to be? What could it be? 5 captured orc rebels.
Yes.
Oh yes. Out they go.
Yeah, they tell you that 3 of their number have already been tortured to death and eaten.
Jesus.
They pledge allegiance to you, and they say that they can lead you to the orc rebels, but you already know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. You got 5 more orcs there.
All right.
I say we send them packing with their friends. We're not going to be able to take care of them. We're actually going exploring.
Yeah, they head on back towards the main contingent of orcs for some rest and recuperation.
Yeah, Jariki's just going to have him send back word that the first wave has gone upstairs and they are fighting in case the second wave would want to come forward.
Oh yeah, that's good thinking.
So send first one's up, send more so that we
Yep.
can be prepared for another push.
Yep, and these are all 30 have gone from this area and have now ascended the stairs, and there is clearly a full on battle going on upstairs.
Okay. I will also say to send the crossbow with 30 more fighters, the 7 crossbows.
All right.
All right, we'll see if we can make any headway of that. Okay, cool. Do we want to go? Okay, so what are our options? Is that a door we see to the northeast
That is a
corner?
door, yeah.
Okay, so do we want to go corridor, door, or I'm assuming that's another corridor north?
That is another corridor leading north.
Any preference?
I say we try the corridor.
Corridor north or east?
Let's go this way, in my opinion.
East? Okay.
Yeah, let's fill in the blank over here.
Are these hallways lit?
Yes, they're all lit by braziers.
Okay. Do we want to let Quattro do his thing?
Oh, yeah,
His
good idea.
Sneaky beaky?
Good thinking.
Quattro?
Yes, I'm happy to.
Okay.
Okay. Quattro scouts ahead. You see the northeast passage widens and continues due north, and you see what looks like a partially cleared passage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, partially cleared.
Yeah, it looks like there are stairs that.
A large amount of rubble here that's being cleared away, and you can see some steps leading upwards at the end of that.
Yeah, there's going to be an altar or a dais or something.
Well, do we want to go take a look quick?
I think we just continue. And it looks like there's a passage that goes off to the west.
There's
have a
the passage that goes off northwest.
Yeah, just peek it, just to, just so we can see where it's going. Okay, fair enough. Just gonna loop around. All right.
Okay, so we want to keep heading north to the stairs, or do we want to kind of follow around?
I think we go up.
Well, let's go up to here and just see if that loops back around towards here. Like, just peek this far around the corner, because I do
All
want
right.
to check this out.
Okay,
But
fair
that-
enough.
But I also
fine.
don't like getting outflanked.
Fair enough.
Quattro, do you want to sneak at all to try and?
I am very happy to do that. Sneak silently, +6 for a 13.
So you're having a sneak peek up here?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
This is quite a large chamber filled with scattered tools for digging and stonemasonry by the look of things. There's shovels, pickaxes, hammers, drills, chisels, baskets, and so forth. Most of them sized for giants, others for smaller creatures. There is a door to the north locked with a huge padlock. And by that door to the north are 3 ogres
Oh. Uh-oh.
who appear to be trying to open that door. They look like they are agitated by all of the commotion that's going on, and they appear to be either getting ready to flee or to take action. It is indeterminable from where you are.
Well, do we want to form? I guess, or I'm assuming we're not in the room.
I mean, on what side of history are ogres? And why are they trying so hard to break into that door?
Well, it's either we engage or we go back.
Ogres are giant kin, technically, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I thought we saw smaller footprints outside as well. And they
Yeah.
didn't they have some ogres upstairs?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I thought there might have been some in the kitchen.
Well, to Cam's point about like not being flanked, I think we have to deal with them now
Okay, let's do
in
it.
case they decide to pop out. We can
well,
say we can, we can try just parlaying it first. I'm happy with that.
I say we take surprise and just take them down. But if you want to parlay, by all means, I'll have all my boys ready to do the things.
What's your consensus, Cam's characters?
I think parlay is a waste of time, honestly.
All right. Well, let's go get them.
Okay, you all pile into the room. You have
Yep.
taken these 3 ogres by surprise. 2 of them are armed with very large maces. The other one is unarmed. We should roll for initiative.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Anybody got a 20 or higher?
Harvey got a 21.
Well done, Harvey.
Anybody got a 19 or higher? 18.
Oh,
17.
sorry. 19 was Elfarian Dudamus. Our new
Who?
elf.
Oh, okay.
The new elf friend.
All right. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14,
Jariki. Jariki had a 14.
13, 12. Ogres have 12. I'm just going to do them as a single group. Unless you want me to split them individually.
That's
I'll
your,
just do
your
them as
choice,
a
sir.
group. Yeah, I'll just do them as a group. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm going to do Ogre 1. He has a 22. Ogre 2. It's a 12. Ogre 3. Okay, 11, 10,
10 is Hammonig.
9, 8, 7, 6.
What?
Quattro.
Third ogre and Quattro.
Yeah.
5, 4,
I think
3.
Tico's
Ruben.
at 3.
Ruben's
Ruben,
at
you
3.
go first. You go first.
Okay.
And then Tico. And then I think that's all of us.
The highest initiative is one of the ogres, but the ogres are surprised, so they do not take a turn first round. So Harvey is up.
Okay, so they would be roughly 30 feet away.
Yes.
All right. Harvey being a little bit hurt, he's going to try doing his longbow, just a shot with the longbow, and then see if he can come back with some more fierceness later. Okay. So we're gonna try this. Okay, so that's just with the rolls. It's a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then with the longbow, +3, so that's going to be 5 hit points to one of the armed ogres.
Okay.
And then he's going to draw his warhammer and his shield and get ready for a fight. And then the 2 hirelings that are with him are going to take their chances as well. So does a 15 hit?
15 just misses.
Just misses. Okay. Good to know. So that's that. And they're going to stay at range. All right, cool. That's Harvey.
Okay, the new elf is up.
Is he going to earn our love and respect?
So he's going to try and get within 40 feet of them. Try and cast Color Spray. 12. Okay, so one target within range must make a will save or be blinded for 1d4 rounds. So he'll go with the other one that wasn't just wounded.
Okay, and that's a will save.
Yes, will save 12.
That is a 16.
Okay, nothing happens.
Okay, Jariki is up.
He lost sleep. Shit. The only question is, I'm gonna see if he can cast Charm Person. Okay. Okay, so Driki rolled a 16 for his Charm Person. So must make a single target, must make a will save or fall under the caster's complete control. So it's going to be the same one that just shrugged off the last spell effect.
Ooh,
So it's
that's a 4.
Okay, so they are their friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so it operates at -2 penalty to rolls, saves, checks, and ability scores while under the control. So it can break its control, but it's going to take a while. Okay, so it's going to be marked with J on its forehead. That is Jariki's friend.
Okay, fair enough.
And so we'll see what that happens. But okay. Okay, so one of the armed ogres is Jariki's friend. Okay, that's his turn. He's got some minions, but they're going to kind of stay put and just get ready to...
Okay, second ogre would be up, but misses its turn, and Hamaneg is up.
All right. None of these ogres are really that damaged, are they?
Just the one. One took
Yeah.
5 points.
Yeah, we're gonna go after that one again. We're gonna try and I'm liking the whole like going for the knees, going for the ankles, knock them down. So That's what we're gonna try doing. We're gonna try and cut, smash a knee, which will make them prone.
Are you going for a trip attack?
Yeah.
Okay. For your deed?
Yep, that's my deed. So it's a D6, and then I have an additional 3. Here we go. 10.
He's back.
Oh yeah, ham and egg is here. Shield bash.
Change
Try
the
to do
order.
same thing. Don't. You be quiet.
He's
I
back.
actually.
12,
Wow.
12 does not hit. Yep.
Nope. She
Ham and
doesn't.
eggs back.
Ham and egg's back.
How we've missed him.
No, I haven't.
Third ogre's up. Quattro is up.
I'm hoping everything is chaos enough that Quattro can get in there with a backstab somewhere. Or we're still in a surprise round, I guess.
You're still in the surprise round, so I'll allow it this one. Sure.
Okay, cool.
One of the ogres is Jariki's friend. It has a J on its forehead.
Okay, not that one, but there's another one that's injured.
Yes.
Yeah, that one if I can.
Sure.
So that with my long sword is a 6, 7, a 15 to hit.
Just misses.
Burn luck.
You could burn 1 luck, and that would definitely be a hit.
Yeah, I'll burn a luck. So it takes me from
Alright.
10 to 9. And I believe that's an auto crit with the backstab, if I remember.
It is.
Great. For the regular damage, that is 1d6. That's a 6.
Nice.
And
Okay.
then
Crit
what
table.
is my crit table is a
I get crit table 2. What, you roll a D16?
d16. That's right. Rolling a 7.
All right. Strike to chest to graze his vital organ. Inflict
Ooh.
plus 3d4 damage with this strike.
Okay. Goofy ass d4. 1. Cockeyed. 3. 1.
Extra 5.
So that's an extra 5. So that's 6 and 5 for 9 total.
That's 11.
That's 11.
That's 11. Sorry, I'm fighting with my headset still.
That ogre's looking real bad. Reuben is up. Unless Quattro, any of Quattro's hirelings are going.
I have a feeling that the room is pretty cramped anyway. No.
Okay, Reuben is up then.
Ruben uses a sword, a long sword, as opposed to a hammer, but that's okay. You can still do quite a lot of damage with that. So we're gonna do the trip attack again. It's the Sandwich Brothers' favorite tactic: get people down to their level.
Which one are you attacking?
The nearly dead one.
All right.
There we go. That's how it's done.
With a 6
Oh,
on
very
the deed die.
Very nice. A 6 on the D die. Very good. That hits.
And the damage, right?
Damage is going to be, 6
Yeah.
plus strength plus whatever you roll.
Well, it's going to be 6, so it's good. Yeah, you're going to kill it.
10 points of
So,
damage.
Yeah, narrate the kill.
Oh, so Ruben swoops in to try and swing around and take out the knees from the back, cut those tendons and so on, and ends up just slicing off the leg at the knee, which is just a catastrophic amount of damage for this poor ogre. Down they go.
Yeah. This ogre's mace goes crashing to the floor, followed by the rest of the ogre. Tico is up.
He's going to see if this banish thing is going to work again. Actually, you know what? He's just going to roll up and try and take a pot shot with his sling, since he's still magically hampered. Right. Nope. That's going to be 7.
All right. Do you have any minions or no?
All the minions have already been used for him.
Okay, we're back to the top, and we are back to the first ogre, but the first ogre is mesmerized. So he's not doing anything here.
He's Jariki's friend, if that means anything.
Does it extend to it attacking other monsters?
I would say he would have to be told to do so.
Okay.
Nothing's been told to him by Jariki.
Only Jariki would have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's not going to do anything, so we're just going to go to Harvey then.
Okay. Seeing this, Harvey's going to try and get in on the unarmed one then. He's going to go balls to the walls. In with the hammer. So that's going to be 20 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, 4 hit points of damage. Oh, no, 5. 5 hit points of damage. There we go. Starting it off. He's going to try and draw its attention to try and see if he can turn its back away from Quattro.
Okay, then Elfman is up.
Elfie McElfman doesn't have a ranged attack. Tried color spray. He's going to try and cast strength on himself. Is he? Actually, no. He's gonna kind of see that everything's going well enough. He's gonna reach over and cast enlarge on Tico and see if he can embolden him. All right. So 14. So Tico gets 25% larger, +1 to bonus to attacks, damage, and AC due to greater size and strength. Okay.
All right.
And that's going to be his turn.
All right, Jariki.
Jariki is going to see if he can have his friend trip his friend. Actually, yeah, no, he's going to try and give him a bear hug. Do you want to get into grappling? Nah, he's going to try into trip attack. Let's keep it simple. I don't know the rules for grappling.
Do you want me to do a grapple? We can do grappling.
I mean, if we... Okay, yeah.
Well, here now, you've brought it up.
Grappling. Each party makes opposed attack rolls, adding the higher of their agility or strength. An attacker twice the opponent's size, that's +4. Doesn't matter. If the attacker wins the opposed roll, they have grappled and pinned their opponent. If the attacker loses the opposed roll, the grapple fails. Okay. So I guess we roll to see whose is better. Mine's at a -2. It's a rollsies. All right. Rolling D20. Okay.
Roll a 19.
Shit. 17. All right. Never mind. So if I would have won, it would have been pinned. If the attacker loses the opposed roll, the grapple fails. So he tries to hug him and he fails.
All right. There you go. We've just done grappling.
Yay!
Hamaneg is up.
Well, you know Ham and Egg, he's nothing but predictable. He's going to miss in attempting to get that guy prone on the ground. Sweep attack. Trip him. Go get him, Ham and Egg. Surely. One of these days. With all these bonuses. There we
Sarcasm!
go. Holy cow, that looks like a hit. A veritable hit.
25. 25 hits.
Yeah.
And a 3 on the deed die, so the deed succeeds.
Reflex save of 25.
Okay. At 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Well, he can't beat that. He rolled a 1. So anyway,
Okay.
so
Ham
he
and Egg wins.
got a 3. So he is now prone.
Okay. Guess what the shield bash is for? Punching his nose in.
+2.
There we go.
Is that with your extra +2?
Yep.
Nice.
That
So it hits. The D die didn't do nothing. But that's
22.
okay.
Yeah.
The
hits.
damage of a shield bash is D4. All right, 5 more points of face damage.
Oh, very nice. This thing's in a bad way. Oh, and now it's this ogre's turn. It is going to try and slam into Hamaneg, who has been attacking it ferociously
Yeah.
all this time. Oh, that is a nat 20. That is 25. That is
Oh,
going to
man.
hit.
First damage inflicted.
That is going to hit. And
Okay.
that is going to inflict 7 hit points of smack damage.
Okay. Oh, they have more hit points than I thought. Phew. Okay.
Okay, but it also rolled a crit. So.
Oh, no.
Okay, and it's going to be on a D8. On the crit table, that is a 5. Blow to shield arm. It's like it knows you're playing. Blow to shield arm. If no shield, this attack inflicts 1d6 damage. But you've got a shield.
I have
So-
shield.
So
Right.
you just prove the usefulness of shields.
There you go,
baby.
friends.
Quattro's up.
I think there's probably enough chaos I can get another backstab in.
Sure. Yeah, this thing's prone too, so
Oh yeah,
that gives you, I believe, a +2 on the attack.
Copy.
to hit and to damage.
No, just
Just
to
to
hit.
hit.
Just a hit. Okay. So that's a 10, an 18, a 20, a 22 total. Off
Yep,
rolling a 10.
hits.
So that's 5 sword damage and a 2 on the crit table.
Slashes to head, removes foe's ear, inflict plus 1d6 damage with this strike, and leave the enemy with a nasty scar.
Another 3 damage.
Oh, narrate the kill.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I go to slash off the ear, and I maybe just slip in a little bit of entrails or whatever's laying around. And I slip and just longsword straight through the ear, coming out the other side.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Reuben is up, although all we have is this mesmerized ogre, which thinks it's Jariki's friend.
Yeah, Ruben is not going to attack. I'm mesmerized him.
All right. We will just get out of initiative order then. Call this done. How long does that friends thing work?
That's a good question. What is the intelligence modifier of the ogre?
Of an ogre? I do not know what the intelligence is. The will is +1.
So what, +1? Let's say it's 13. So, or at least 12. So I'm just going to base it off of the intelligence thing. So they say it gets another chance to break the charm. In this instance, it'll be in 1 week.
Oh, so we don't need to worry about it for this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are in this room that looks like it's a storage for construction equipment of some sort. There is a door to the north that is heavy door, and it is locked with a huge iron padlock.
On this side.
On this side, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a prison cell or something. I say we leave this alone and go check out the
Yes, I agree.
slight stairway.
Like, nothing's going to be coming from here to get us. That is the point.
Yeah.
Jariki's going to ask the ogre, do ogres speak common?
I'm going to think they do not.
Great.
Did Jariki lose comprehend languages?
No, we actually have 2 comprehend languages we could run.
Oh,
If need be. So, I guess Elfarion Dudamus is going to bring up his comprehend languages,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can talk to this guy. Okay, so it's going to be 14. So the caster can read and understand 1 terrestrial language for 1 turn. Great. Terrestrial languages are those spoken by mortal earthbound creatures such as dwarves, giants, and goblins. So what is behind that door?
The wine cellar.
The wine cellar.
We figure if everyone is distracted, we will go drink some wine.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. If that's the case, then we don't need to worry about it. Follow us. We're your friends.
But what
If I can
about
get
the
that.
wine?
We'll come back and celebrate afterwards.
Oh, okay. All right. God, this is quite the assemblage of
All right.
oddballs, I've got to say.
Avengers
watch
assembled.
this guy turn into the hero. Is comprehend languages down? Can we ask his name?
It's down. It's 1 turn.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He didn't roll as well as Jariki did and learn the entire language.
So what's the plan?
Head down and around, or do we want to go up and over? So do we want to go back over to here, or do we want to see what steps are?
Oh no, steps.
Okay, steps. Go up to the north.
Okay. So you go through this partially cleared passageway.
It's a ghost.
Oh, that's weird.
You come across this well-like chamber at the end of this broad passage. The passage is filled with a deep pool of water. The liquid is dark, and it is fed from several spouting springs, which come through holes in the wall to the west.
I say
That's all you see in this room.
Yeah.
There's this quiet
Yeah.
room at this pool.
I don't think we care enough. Come all the way back, all the way around here. What we
Yeah,
should
back
do?
to the main area and head north.
Okay.
Try and check that out.
Do I check this door out?
Sure.
Yeah, let's see the door.
Just a standard wooden door.
Okay. You want to go in?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Open it up.
All right. Your funeral.
As always.
That we wouldn't have it any other way.
This is a room. There's many skins on the floor, a bed, a table, chair, some boxes, crates and barrels, a chest, some odds and ends of armor and weapons strewn everywhere. There's furniture, tableware, and so forth. It looks like this is like the chamber of a maintenance person or a dungeon keeper. And you see a ghastly, misshapen hill giant,
Oof.
hunchbacked, twisted, and with what appears to be just one good eye. He leaps from his bed as soon as he sees you.
He's been asleep through all this?
No, he was just sitting on his bed.
Oh, through all this?
Beside him are two large, vicious apes.
What?
Yes.
And they look like they have dried blood on their hands and mouth areas and fur. And the keepers reaches down beside him, picks up a large battle axe, and comes charging towards you. And as he does so, the two apes spring from their places and leap into the fray. Roll for initiative.
Great.